So I get home, blah, blah, blah. This nigga is in the car talking about, fuck this nigga. I'm going to get out and whoop his ass. I'm like, really? So I walk to the car door and I'm like, what? Does the door not work, nigga? Is the child lock on? Because you've been talking shit for fucking 2 minutes, but you ain't stepped out that goddamn car. What? I can open it from the outside if you need be, Playboy, because the day that I get my ass whipped by a 60-year-old nigga with a dreadlock that's fucking a rainbow is the day that not only will I give up comedy, I'll never be able to go home to my boys ever again, because it ain't happening, player. And so I was just like, okay, after all of this, I'm sitting here like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
So I had to hit up Ryan, and I'm like, dog, how many motherfuckers leave your show and almost fight with a nigga from P-Funk? None. And I was like, Jay, I have to tell this story because it's fucking nuts. But now that you explained it better, because I was drunk, maybe he had a point, but I still don't think that he did, because fuck him and the boat that he came on, for real, because you ain't gonna just curse me. Fuck you.
He's just not
I'm up to my nigga slapping weight. Nigga, I'll slap you through the eye. I will slap the colors off of your fucking dreadlocks.
The Daryl Wright that has been on this show many times before never had this much aggressiveness in him.
Because it just happened last night.
All right.
And it's like, dog, I'm not
but
that
you've
type of
always
dude.
been peace and love too. Like, you've been the guy.
I
You
am
let a
peace
lot
and
of shit
love.
fly.
I let a lot of shit ride until you curse me. And the worst thing that could have happened is I went home. I went back home to Mohr, and some of the ignorance came back in my suitcase. So it's like, yeah, you can't just curse me no more. Like, it used to be a case when you could just curse me.
Because you've always handled stuff real well. You had a situation, I won't specify at all, don't worry, but there was something locally where people started running mouths, and you just went, you know what, I'm out of here. And we didn't even know where you went. And you said, I don't want to get in any bullshit trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's the opposite of ignorant. That's like a straight, super self-aware guy to go, you're a convicted felon.
Yes.
You shot a crackhead in the ass.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you know damn well if you go in front of a judge for fighting, the judge is going to go, wow.
See, that's what people don't realize. I've been blessed enough to realize if I do something stupid, I'm going back to jail. And I think us as comics, because you've been around, I think I was born late, because you was around when we was acting the fool as comics. I was born late because I still got that gene where, yes, I'm a comic, but I'm no joke. You know what I mean? It's like, don't come at me a certain way. So it's one of those things nowadays where even in my dealings with other comics, I guess it's a look in my eye that lets people know that he's not the one, you know, and it's like,
But I know it is with you. I think I know, because we're friends before we're podcasting, guys.
Right.
And with you, I think you're one of the best storytellers ever. And your management was George Carlin's people.
Yes.
And you were pegged early. When Carlin was up and running and alive and on this end of the earth, they said, all right, we're going to represent George Carlin and Daryl.
Yeah.
I think this is me being armchair psychiatrist to a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think you're starting to reach the levels of, yo, what about me? As everybody else starts making their way into a couple shows here, a couple shows there. This guy's at a theater. This guy says, I'm in P-Funk.
I think it's the opposite.
Explain it.
Because I think I'm actually at peace. There was no. I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah,
but
it does.
I think I'm actually at peace.
Motherfucker, who had an album out this century? Google me, bitch. That's peace.
Don't fucking try me. But the whole thing is, I think that I've gotten to the point where I'm at peace with what I am and what my career is going to be. I don't expect to blow up in the next year or the next 2 years. I have come to the point where I've been blessed with everything that I've gotten and everything that I've done.
This ain't a post-game interview,
No.
What is this shit?
But
I've been blessed. We had a really good season. What the fuck are you talking about?
But Jay, check it out. Just because somebody gets a TV show, that TV show wasn't meant for me. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
But at the same time, you want to go in and have the opportunity for that. I'm trying to figure out where Daryl, you were very Bootsy-esque. You were very like Bootsy. It was all love, and you never gave a shit. Somebody could just walk up to us in the street on the strip of Las Vegas when we were at Harrah's together and say, man, you ain't shit, and you would just laugh. You didn't go like, man, who the fuck does this person think he is?
And I would still do that.
Well, it doesn't sound that way. I don't think it sounds that way. I think you sound pretty fucking angry at people.
No, I was just angry at that nigga. I'm not angry at people. First of all, have you ever sat in the backseat of a car with a rainbow dreadlock in your face?
I have. But it was on a woman and I was 19.
That's fucking different.
All right.
It's a dude.
Well, all right.
That's completely different. If it's
I remember my friend Bruce was eating an apple, and we didn't really know who this girl was, and we were all on mushrooms, and this girl just kept like talking to us, and I kept looking at my friend Bruce. This is way back. It was like 90, right before SNL, so like 92, and we're just tripping balls, and this girl's like, and I'll tell you guys another motherfucking thing, and another motherfucking, and she had a rainbow dreadlock, just like you said. She had a bunch of them.
But it's aggravating.
And he goes, man, shut the fuck up, Rainbow Bright. And he spit apple on her face.
Dog.
But I didn't know it was an apple. I just thought her face was melting.
Because you were on mushrooms.
Yeah, I was tripping balls.
It's aggravating, dog. It's aggravating. It's aggravating. And I'm drunk and I'm seeing colors moving and it's just aggravating, dog.
How much do you drink? Do you drink you drink every day.
Yeah.
It's vodka time. That's your hashtag.
Yeah.
Anybody listening right now, if you want to find Daryl. All right, Daryl, I'm realizing a pattern here, and I don't give a shit. I ain't the guy to give you an intervention or nothing. I don't give a shit because you're funny as hell and you're my friend, and it's not getting in the way of your comedy. Do your thing.
Right.
But if anybody wants to get a hold of you, all they have to do is hashtag vodka time.
Yeah.
And there you are.
No, what's funny is people
no,
go on Twitter.
You don't think that's weird?
No.
You're known for vodka. You carrying a flask. It's 3 o'clock in the fucking day.
It's a bottle. It's not a flask. It's a bottle.
All right. There's a bottle in your coat pocket. That's like Rollo from Sanford & Son. You come in like, hey, Fred, how about a little? There's nothing in it, Daryl. You keep tipping. It's empty.
Okay, it's empty now.
Yeah, it's been empty the last 3 times.
No, it was not empty.
You're like the goddamn Tin Man waiting for oil.
You know what? That's cold, bro. But my whole thing is, I drink. That's what I do. That's my vice. If I ever meet somebody that has no vices, they scare me because whatever vice you have, you aren't willing to share with the world. I share my vices drinking. If you have a vice that you aren't willing to share,
want to know my vices? Honestly,
what's that?
I'm a degenerate gambler. I've lost.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm kidding.
Even if you were, you can share that. But if it's a dude,
I would always share it. I would never hold it. I wouldn't give a shit. If you know what? And the vices that I didn't share were the ones I had to quit. You're absolutely right. That's a great point. The vices I didn't share were the ones I absolutely had to quit.
Right, because guess what? If you had a vice that you can't share, it's a bitch tied up in your basement. You can guarantee that joint. It's some shit that you're.
What if my vice is bitches tied up in my basement? What if my vice is basements?
We're in the basement.
Yeah.
I don't see no bitches tied up. No.
Well, I'm not going to leave them out for everybody. It's for it's for company.
Oh, it's just for special people. Thank you.
Well, it's a going away present.
For who, me?
Yeah, you roll them up on a carpet, you dump them in Yermo on your way back to Vegas.
That's not a present.
Why do you think we put curtains up to hide all the people hanging on meat hooks?
That's not a present. That's an accessory to murder, Playboy.
Well, now it is. Now that you said it on the airwaves, FCC, dude. So you're not a big sports guy, but you've been killing it on. Really?
I'm a big sports guy, man.
I didn't know that.
Just because I like NASCAR, people assume that I don't like other sports.
No, I didn't even think about NASCAR.
I'm a big time sports fan, man.
Who's your favorite basketball team? Lakers?
San Antonio.
Really?
Yes.
It's so old school.
I know. I'm old school, dog.
How old are you? Will you say it?
Me. I'm 38.
There is no way there's no way you're not a 75-year-old black guy. Like, even the fact that you like the Spurs, I picture their old logo, and I picture like the old Mavericks logo with the cowboy hat way back, the Adrian Dantley days. You are, for all intents and purposes, just a 75-year-old black guy.
I don't know. I was born at the wrong
reading
time.
a newspaper that's 2 days old. Like, there's news in here, man. That guy in the subway reading fucking Wednesdays.
I've done that, dog. I've done that. I have done that.
And what's Fred Sanford? How's Lamont?
He's getting on my nerves still.
But Fred, you told us we could have vodka.
No, it's weird. Like, I love the Spurs exactly because I'm old school. I love their style of basketball.
It's fundamental, bro.
Dog, it's fundamental.
You got a French black guy. That doesn't mess your head up? To see Tony Parker going, well, we did a good job. And,
Parker's bad as hell. He gets no credit for being one of the baddest point guards in the league.
Looks like Mighty Mouse.
Duncan gets no credit for being the greatest power forward ever.
He's an MVP. He gets credit.
He doesn't get credit when everybody's going over the greatest players of all time. Tim Duncan ain't there? Really?
He's there.
Karl Malone? Really?
Don't fucking even start talking shit about Karl Malone.
Karl Malone was a bad man, but he wasn't Tim Duncan.
Mailman. He was the mailman, and the mailman does not deliver on a Sunday. You don't put a goddamn finals game on a Sunday if the mailman's playing. Everyone knows the mailman don't work on Sunday.
Duncan. I would take Tim Duncan over Karl Malone any day of the week.
Who's the greatest basketball player of all time?
To me?
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, to her.
No.
Kareem,
easily.
Now, if you're going to start a team with any player.
Kareem.
Really?
Yes.
All right, I'm going Magic.
Magic.
Here's the thing with Magic. He quit because of the HIV thing.
Yeah.
If we knew now what we knew then about HIV, that you can't get it posting up, under the boards, this motherfucker would have 8 years left in his career because he was still running on that AZT.
But I don't know if he would have won another championship.
I don't give a fuck. I'm saying he would have. I mean, I give a fuck if he won a championship.
I don't think he would have won
He would have played with Kobe and Shaq.
Not necessarily, because if Magic's still there, then you don't get to draft Kobe.
Yeah, I guess in a perfect world.
See, you're up here.
When he came back, that brief time Magic came back, I had baseline seats at the Lakers, the Randy Fund Lakers when they weren't shit. When a guy like me could get pre-radio show Lakers tickets.
Right.
He ran the fast break coming right at me, and watching that motherfucker gallop towards me and doing a no-look pass to some broke-ass Eldon Campbell. He made Eldon Campbell look like Karl Malone.
Still, man.
Eldon was a sleepy dude out there, bro.
I just think power forwards, Tim Duncan, greatest ever, greatest player, Kareem, because if you can score like that and you 48 years old, because he lied about his age. I don't care what nobody said.
He was Dominican, like a Dominican baseball player.
Yeah, like, no, really, you're 39 and I'm Jewish. Kareem was like 50 years old winning championships, man. Don't even try that.
You're 150.
Yeah, just throwing up sky hooks, man. Come on, bro. He didn't have to quit when he did, to be totally honest.
I'm not against it.
Who was going to stop Kareem even at 82?
John Wooden.
Even at 82 years old. Okay, even at 82 years old playing pro basketball.
At 82?
Because he was about 82 when he
Let me tell you something. John Wooden picks up a phone and says, "You're not playing today." Kareem hangs up that phone and says, "Okay, coach."
Yeah, okay.
He got in their heads at UCLA.
Yeah, that's true.
He taught these fools how to tie their shoes. Can you imagine being a kid coming in from Compton, going to UCLA, and you're just ready to razzle dazzle, and you got an old ass white Calvin Quaker guy going, first we're going to learn how to put on our socks.
I think that's
and then
beautiful.
Our shoes.
I think that's beautiful.
But don't you think? Because there's been a lot. I do too.
I think it's beautiful.
And there's been a lot of documentaries about it.
I think it's beautiful.
But don't say it a fifth time.
I think it's beautiful.
All right.
because you know what?
They must have thought he was fucking with him.
Because even in comedy, as you know, or anything, if you don't know the basics, you have to have a foundation.
This is how you put your side. Yeah.
This is how you put your.
For the non-sports people listening, Australia and England, women. John Wooden coached UCLA basketball. The Wizard of Waverly. Wizard of Westwood. Wizard of Waverly is Waverly.
You
Place.
Obviously got a kid.
Yeah, wow.
Wizard of Waverly
that jumped right out in front of everything.
That jumped out quick as hell. You obviously got a kid.
And when he taught iCarly and Peter DeLuise how to post up in the blogs, that shit was amazing, man. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I know a dude that's on iCarly that Giraffe just died.
Excuse me?
Yes.
You know a guy, dude, say that exact sentence one more time.
I know a guy that's on iCarly whose giraffe just died.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah. It's the black dude that's on there sometimes.
No, I figured he was black.
This nigga bought a giraffe. And no, for real. This nigga bought a giraffe.
I didn't think he was a fucking teenage white kid. Check it out, dog. New giraffe. It's hot to death.
Dog, he bought a giraffe.
That's the thing. Make sure the sticker stays on the hat. Don't fuck with the brim. And giraffes are in, dog. Like when Humpty said, "Yo, caps." Remember, Humpty was the guy that said stickers are in, and everyone just had the stickers on their new Eric ball caps. This kid rolls in. Yo, giraffe, son.
And
how did it die?
Malnourishment. Because he bought a giraffe but didn't have no trees. So he bought a giraffe but he didn't have no trees. So here the giraffe is walking around. First of all, if you're a co-star on iCarly, there's a better way to spend your money than buy a fucking giraffe. But I didn't even think about that. But anyway, he has a giraffe in his yard, but he don't got no trees. So it's a baby giraffe that dies. And he gets a ticket for having the giraffe in the first place. And then he got to dispose of the giraffe's body.
Then he probably got a ticket for doing it incorrectly.
Yeah, and he got fined.
On the hood of his car. It's up on the roof of his car like a Christmas tree.
You said iCarly. You said iCarly, and I was like, this nigga got a giraffe. Well, he had a giraffe because it's expired now.
You know how the giraffe? I know exactly what you're talking about. You know how the giraffe died?
How?
It was at the Bunny Ranch. Fucked his dick off. Got syphilis. Went blind and died.
The
Even the
giraffe did?
giraffe got laid at the Bunny Ranch.
I
Even